Good evening. We'll be waiting for a couple of minutes and then we'll be starting the session.
In the meantime, those who have joined us, I would request you can change your settings to whenever you're sending a query and everything that you can change it to everyone so that everyone can see the question while we are answering it. So please change the settings to everyone. You'll be able to do it in your chat setting. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Maybe those who have joined us, quickly, if you can just put it in that if you're a student, maybe your school name as well, if you're a parent or somebody from an education or a professional, so that we know that the group that we are interacting with today, it would be really nice to know all of you. Ritika, if you can change your setting to everyone as well in the message uh, sector, so that when you put a question, everyone will be able to see it.
If you could also specify what grades you are in so that we know who are we talking to, the students.
Hmm.
11th and 12th students, different boards. Okay, great.
I can still see a lot of people, the messages are only coming to the host and the panelist. If you can just change your settings to everyone, it will be great. We'll wait for a couple of more minutes, maybe 2, 3 minutes, and then we'll begin with the webinar.
We're just repeating to kindly change your chat box settings so that everyone can see when you're posting your queries and when we're replying to that. We see there's a lot of students, we see people from education, some parents. As in when you're joining, please keep writing in the chat box. Okay, great. We're waiting for a couple of more minutes and then we'll be starting in.
Shika, maybe we can start with the introduction and all, and by the time the number would increase, and then we'll start with the main webinar.
All right, great. Thank you so much for all the students and parents who've been interacting with us in the chat box. A very good evening to all of you. And again, thank you for joining in right on time. So, Mindler brings another very interesting webinar for all of us about CUET, the talk of the town, something that we all want to decode, something we all want to understand, and we're still updating ourselves with changes that keeps happening every year. So, one entrance exam that gets me through the top central universities in the country, CUET, of course, the releasing of answer sheets and the results awaited at very time soon. We all want to understand what is it, what is about the college preferences, how does Delhi University link itself to CUET. So here we are to cater to all of those questions. But before that, let me just quickly introduce to you what Mindler is. So, Mindler is a career guidance platform that helps students make informed career decisions through assessments and multiple other tools so that you can research, update yourself, and bridge that gap between yourself and the world of education. And to lead this session, we have our speaker today, Ms. Tilika Chatterjee, who is a compassionate worker with experience in psychological, career, overseas counseling, and teaching students both in the Indian and Cambridge boards. She holds a master's degree in psychology and is an internationally certified career coach. A psychologist by profession, she has 5 years of experience in guiding and mentoring students and has helped them attain their goals. She believes that each individual is unique and passionately works towards making the young millennials realize their true potential. So, we welcome you, Tulika ma'am. I have a request to all the people who have joined. Let's make the most out of this session in this 1 hour. Please keep posting your questions in the chat box so that ma'am or all of us who are there in the team can help. And let's make this 1 hour full of learning. Over to you, Tulika ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ishika. And just to introduce Ishika as well, Ishika is also a career coach working at Mindler with us, who has quite a years of experience in guiding and mentoring students. And I can see students from the Cambridge School, Noida. I'm sure that you must be knowing Ishika as well. So she's also a great career coach. So we both will be helping you with all the doubts and the queries that are there. You must be having it. Please feel free to put all the questions that you have maybe in the chat box or the Q&A area, and we'll try to answer as many as we can. Right. Now talking about CUET, let's understand a few things about CUET before I share a small PPT with you and all. So when we talk about this examination CUET, let's understand which and who are those students who can take this examination. So let's understand when I talk about this common university entrance test, this is an examination no matter you want to study engineering, you want to go for design, you want to go for pure sciences areas, you are interested in agriculture, and obviously the non-STEM areas like BCom, economics, finance, hotel management, hospitality. Any student you are looking at any career domain, this should be one of the examinations which every one of you should be writing. Now, I know for many of you, it's like, okay, it can be my backup. Absolutely, yes, it can be. And it should be a backup for every student, no matter you're writing a JE examination, no matter you are writing the ICERS examination for pure sciences courses or the design examinations like a NIT, NIF or law, anything. This should be a solid backup examinations for any student who is in 12th grade passing out. This should be a backup. Now, if I'm interested in specific areas like a merchant navy, defense, medicine, yes, this is not the examination for you. But as I said, even if those are the career domains I am looking at, still I need to have other backups as well. So maybe those who are writing NEET, you love biology and you're looking at biology related programs there. So pure sciences, CUET can be a good backup, because when I talk about this one examination, let's understand, just writing one examination, you're opening your doors to almost 200 plus universities, colleges, deemed private institutes in India. So it's not like that, oh, only central universities are coming into picture, and therefore I'm not someone who is looking at central universities, and hence it doesn't make sense for me to write this examination. When I talk about, and I'll be walking you through, it's not like that there are only one or two colleges that are falling under CUET. Now, When I talk about this examination, till now, there are only very few places I would say which are still not coming under CUET. So the very first one is like if you're someone who is interested and going and studying in Mumbai, Mumbai University has a different application process altogether, still not under CUET. So you will have to follow their own admission process and cycle, and accordingly, the admission will either be based on a class 12th result or for certain programs like precisely for management program, engineering program, law program, BCA program, they have their own entrance test that you'll be required to write. If I talk about like maybe University of Bangalore, still not under CUET. But as I said, these are some of the places which are still not under CUET. But then again, even in these places, there could be some colleges who say, I'm directly not participating under CUET, but if you have written the examination, maybe I will accept the scores of it. So yes, there are certain colleges, be it very renowned colleges like Ashirnadar University as well. It says that I am open to look at your CUET scores if you qualify the eligibility criteria, like the marks that they are looking at. So they will look into your scores, and maybe basis of that, you can get admission as well. So it's not like that, okay, CUET is only for very specific central government universities or institutes that is there. In order to get into those colleges, I have to write the examination. So now when I talk about the CUET, I think we all know and realize, like since it's been happening since the past 4 years, it is an examination which is a little different from the regular examinations, like the regular entrance tests I'm talking about. Why? Because in this, you precisely have three sections out there. The very first section is your language component. So here, CUET, according to the 2025 notification, they are giving you 13 language options. And what are those languages? All your local Indian languages. So from English, Hindi, Kannada, Urdu, all of these are there. If a student feels that maybe writing a Hindi language paper will be more beneficial for me because I am better at Hindi than English, CUET is saying not a problem. Please go and pick up that. Until and unless a particular course has a requirement that no, I only need English, the student has the privilege to choose the language paper they are writing. So that's the first section, which is mandatory, and ideally every student should be writing that examination, that section. The second is the most tricky section that we are looking at. Why I say tricky? It's the domain specific, because here you have to be a little careful in order of selecting the subjects. So now, according to the 2025 notification, NTA said that students are allowed to write any domain subject paper that they wish to for the program they are applying to. So there is like no mandatory requirement that, oh, you have only studied these subjects, you can write only those papers. But there is one university, and which is the most popular under CUET, that's University of Delhi. So I'm sure that there will be a lot of students here on the chat and parents and educators out there. You also know that University of Delhi has always been the most popular destination for anybody to apply to. So if in University of Delhi is your destination, that is one place where they have said that no, the student should only be writing those subject papers which they have studied in 11th and 12th. So though NTA is giving you the flexibility to write any subject paper, University of Delhi for its specific programs have not selected that. So let's say there is a student interested in applying for a management program. Like they say that, oh, I want to go and study at Shahid Sukhdev College of Business Study, the business management program. If you have not studied mathematics or applied mathematics in your 11th and 12th, you can't apply to that program under Delhi University. So that is one particular restriction or rigidity, I would say, which University of Delhi has put, that it's not accepting the subject papers of any other subject that you have not studied in 11th and 12th. But other colleges, as I said, University of Delhi is not the only university that's coming under CUET. So from Indraprasth, Ambedkar. You have like the private institutes like Shivnadar, Amity, Bennett. No such restrictions. So obviously, if you think that, yes, I can study mathematics and apply for the program in any of these other universities, the college has not a problem at all. So these were certain things. And when I say domain specific, usually that is one area where the student has to be very careful. Why? Because you will have to go and check the program specific eligibility for the college you are wanting to apply. How do you do it? The very first thing is that please, right now, those who are right now gotten into 12, just for your own research and exploration, you can go onto the cuet.nta.ac.in. I would ask Ishika to share that link. So that's the official website of CUET. There you will find tabs called universities, information brochures, syllabus. Just simply just to know that, okay, other than University of Delhi, let's check out which could be some of the places that I can be applying. Go to the universities tab, select whichever sector or division or you're looking at, be it central, state, deemed, private, or others. Accordingly, research the college and check the program specific eligibility. Usually, it will be one language, two domain specific, and maybe the general test, or maybe there would be like one language, three domain specific. And if you want to write the general test, that's the third section, which is optional in nature. So, since the general test is optional, the student also has to be very careful that whether a college is asking for it or not. And hence, we usually recommend that no matter what program you're going for, it's always better to write one language and general, even if might the college, one college is not asking, but maybe the others will be. This will keep you in a safe position in order to be eligible or be accepted in the program that you're looking into your desirous college. So this is like a very brief understanding about CUET there. Now, once the CUET is done, you have written the examination. This year, we are waiting for the result. This today only the notification from NTA came in that maybe tomorrow, hopefully, we hope that the results will be declared. So once the result is declared, every college will put out their own cutoff marks. So now what is a cutoff marks? It's basically that determining factor, the minimum marks required for participating for admission in the university. So like every college for the particular program, like let's say University of Delhi for the BCom programs, SRCC puts like I need like out of 750, I need a student to score a 700 in order to be eligible for that. So that is a cutoff that they're putting, that if you have gotten a score below 700, you're not eligible to apply for the BCom program at University of Delhi. Similarly, other private universities will also do that. So that is the general criteria which every university or the college under the CUET will be following. That, as I said, it will be declared respective to the universities and colleges on their official website. So this is another thing that's very important and everybody should keep in mind. The major information about CUET, you need to visit the official website of CUET. When we're talking about the cutoff marks, you have to visit the official website of the particular university of college, because the generic website of CUET will not have the particular college cutoff or university, and hence please go and visit. So be it University of Delhi, be it you are looking at this, you are looking at Terry, please go and visit their official website once the result is declared so that you have a better understanding where you can apply based on the marks that you have received. The minimum cutoff will vary because it's not like that it has a structure there. So because for some colleges, for certain of the programs, they have only asked the student to write three papers. So maybe language, maybe they have asked, okay, you write a mathematics paper and a general test. So we are looking at only 750 marks in total. So maybe that's there. But for some colleges, for certain of the programs, they have asked the students to have total of 5 subjects as well. So now we are talking about marks over 1000, like are out of 1000 also. Therefore, the cutoff marks, the minimum cutoff will vary according to the program, and hence the student will have to go and check precisely for which programs that they are eligible for. When I talk about getting admission in top colleges like DU, GNU, DTU, PHU, in the other deemed institutes, we're talking about TIS, TERI. Let's understand my score or your score should be above an 850 if I'm looking at from a 1000 total marks perspective. If I'm looking from a 750 marks, as I said, the higher your score, so be it from 680 to 700, you have a better chance of getting into these colleges. But then again, we'll have to wait for the final results to come out and the colleges to declare their um, particular cutoff so that they have a better understanding about how these, how or where I am placed, and accordingly I do. As I said, University of Delhi is not the only place. There are tons and tons, 200 plus destinations that you're looking at by writing just one examination. These are some of them which I have put it in your screen just to give you an idea that, okay, you are not just writing it for University of Delhi. So from in the central, if I have to see, we are looking at JNU, Jamia Millia, AMU, PHU, University of Hyderabad, Allahabad. based on your city preference, based on the places that you have always thought of that, okay, this is a place I want to go and study. Maybe you'll be applying. Similarly, we go to state. So these are state specific colleges that we are looking at. So that's, it's a mixed bag of not only colleges that have BCom or humanities or pure sciences program. We are also talking about your BTech programs. So like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam University, Harcourt, Butler Technical, giving you good BTech programs which you can explore. Similarly, deemed, I already spoke about this, Terry, ICFI, Hyderabad, Jamia Hamdard. If I'm looking at pure sciences courses, definitely a good destination to look at. So these are other. If I'm someone interested in politics and economics, Gokhale Institute of Politics and Economics Science, Economics, that's in Pune. I have a route through CUET itself. Then I'm talking about the private ones. So from an Amity to a DY Patil, UPES, World University of Design. So if I'm interested in design, again, from this I'm doing. Other than these four domains or sections, we are also looking at something called other government institutes in which you have the ICAR. So now anybody, a science student looking to pursue a agricultural degree, you have to go and write the CUET examination, because now the ICAR, which is the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, comes under CUET now. So you don't have an ICAR separate examination. You are just looking into this as well. And if you are looking into design, FDDI also comes into there, and there are a few others as well. So maybe from the official website, you can go and check that as well. So these are that. Now, when we talk about the most popular one where everybody wants to go in, just I wanted to give a little understanding before the results come out tomorrow. So when I talk about the University of Delhi, and if there are students who have passed out of now and you still haven't, please go on to the official website that's mentioned on the screen. It's ugadmission.uod.ac.in and complete the first phase of the Delhi University registration. So Delhi University has divided their whole application of this common seat allocation system into three different phases. Phase one is you're applying to the University of Delhi. Here you are filling your personal details, academic. If there are students who are applying for the sports quota, the ECA quota, you can apply through that and upload the required documents there and make the payment. This is the initial step of doing. So if you still haven't done it, my request to everybody, please go ahead and do it before the results are declared so that you are prepared for the phase two. If you don't register with University of Delhi, you will not be able to apply to the respective colleges that are coming under the University of Delhi. So that is something you need to remember very carefully. Once done, once the results are out, we move to the phase two, which is the most difficult part, where we are talking about filling in my preferences for colleges and courses. So when I talk about Delhi University, let's remember, and it's not just applicable to University of Delhi. Every college has said that student is allowed to apply to as many courses and as many colleges there. So no matter whatever score you have got based on the program you're looking at, yes, that should be a top preference, that okay, this is there. But if there are relatable programs and if you think that maybe my score is not that great enough to get me into my first preference, I should have other backups as well, and hence choose based on the score you have got the courses that you can apply and accordingly the college. So the program and the college preferences is something based on the score that you receive that you will need to create your list. One very important criteria that we need to remember here, let's not say that, oh, I've got this score, I'll only be applying to the top colleges under University of Delhi. So let's say I'm looking for BCom, so I'm only applying to NSRCC and Hindu, Hansraj, that's it. These are the top. Let's understand, yes, these are the top, but very limited seats we are looking at, and hundreds and thousands of students are applying for the same program. So the preference list that we have to create, it has to be a realistic list where, yes, my top colleges are also there, but there are safety net colleges as well, or the colleges which are within my reach, that what if I'm not able to make it to that desired college, but still I'm getting a good college that is giving me the program I am looking to study, and also I'm under University of Delhi, which is a renowned name as well. So here, when we talk about this, let's understand a lot of commutation and like combinations have to be made. So we need to be really careful. And there, where this is also a place where people like us, Ishika, me, and my other team members, we come into play to help you, guide you better, to make a more realistic preference list so that you get your chances of getting into these colleges do increase. So if you think that, yes, I would need that hand holding, I would need that kind of help, please reach out to us. We will be sharing a Google form as well. And accordingly, we can guide you in that process as well. Once we have logged your preferences for college and programs, and the deadline for the same has been closed by University of Delhi, they finally move to phase 3, where now, based on meeting the eligibility criteria, number of seats, program specific requirements, they will allocate you seats. Here again, under the University of Delhi, you have an option to upgrade. So let's say in phase 3, you got a college which was on your fourth preference list. You think that you still have a chance maybe to get the above 3, which is there. So maybe we click on the option of upgrade. So you select, you accept the seat that you got there, and you have also taken the upgrade option. So based on if the seat is available, they will upgrade you as long as there is an availability of seat. If a seat is not available, they'll inform you that there is no, so you will have to go with the selected seat. Now, let's say you are satisfied with the seat that you have got in a certain college and you are not looking for upgrade or anything, there will be an option to freeze. So once you freeze your option, let's remember, after that you can't go for your upgrade. So these are very small things, like as I said, University of Delhi has very intricate things that has to be taken care of when we are making the preference and the college list. If you think that, oh, this is too much to handle, I might go wrong somewhere, or I might need a certain kind of specialist to help me with that, please reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to do that. But anything, the phase 2 and the phase 3 will only happen once the results is declared. Why? If you have completed your registration on the University of Delhi dashboard, automatically the whole list will come with the cutoffs there, and you'll see that, okay, which are the colleges where you can apply. Finally, just understanding on how to under for DU colleges. So the selection process is completely, the admission process is based on the cutoff scores of the respective college. Your selection will only depend upon the minimum qualifying marks and the number of seats and the number of students who have applied. Based on that, the chances becomes that you're getting into a college. And then we are talking about higher the score, the higher the chances. So if these are the top colleges that you're looking for to apply to these places, definitely is something that I hope that the students who have completed 12th and written the CUET, you did your best there, and now expect a good score so that you can be applying to these colleges or the programs there. With this, I would end my presentation. Now, Ishika, you want to answer some questions? In the meantime, I'll also go through the others as well.
I'm answering most of the questions, but I just want to say the questions are very specific. When you ask what is the college that I want to get in and you present a list of subjects, this requires a deeper discussion because college selection happens after course clarity. And just presenting a list of subjects will not give me a lot of idea about your strengths, about your interest, and how do you want to link it with future opportunities. So if you want to dive into that discussion, we would recommend that you connect with us separately so that we can sit with you, dive deeper into what are the subjects, how do we link it up with certain colleges, what are your preferences, and what should be your next strategic steps. Other than that, most of your questions regarding whether we need to start CUET prep, when is the right time. So just remember that CUET is an entrance that syllabus is confined to your grade 12th, which means I do not necessarily need additional coaching or a course to be able to prepare for that. But having said that, to get understanding about English or about the general test section, I do need to sit with sample papers. I do need to build my efficiency there. So if you want to sit with the efficient process, of course, start as early as your summer break, because that is the time when you have the maximum number of days with yourself. So keep taking sample papers. I will attach the link again of the CET website so that you understand the process via the website as well.
Okay, there's one question which is okay, thank you, Sanchita, for bringing this up. So, yes, if you are from a particular caste, like an OBC, SC, ST, or any reserved category that we're talking about, yes, you can apply through that as well. Only thing is that you will have to submit your government recognized certificate that is there in order to do. If you are not able to submit that, then they will not consider you in a reserve category. Every college and universities, and not just University of Delhi, they have certain number of supernumerary seats reserved for the particular caste areas there. So yes, if you have the certificate to provide, please apply through that. And once the common seat allocation system begins, once the results it's declared, you will be able to, your categorization will happen based on the number of seats in that area. So yes, you can do that. There was another question which was like, which was it? Okay, after the results, how long? If you have time in the world, I would say the results are declared, go onto your dashboard and start making the preference list. Because, as I said, please don't do this in a rush. Let's remember, we are not just should be targeting the top colleges under Delhi University or any other. I need to be realistic. I need to be having this idea that, oh, I need other safety net colleges as well. So first, please register with your complete that. That's very basic that you're doing. And once you are sitting and maybe doing it on your own or with your parents, take your time to, because once you lock your preference list and the deadline is met, you will not be able to change it. So that is very, very crucial, that how you are making the, and which universities can I apply to without GAT and maths. Again, Ritika, you'll have to go and check that very specific. University of Delhi, for BCom, they are not asking for the general ability test, but they have like, okay, language paper or maths or applied maths, or they have like maybe another combination in which they are asking the student to write a language, their accounting, business, and economics paper. So that is one thing which will be very specific to the universities and college. I would highly recommend that you go onto the website and check that, so that you have a better understanding. BITS Pilani is not coming under CUET, Shweta, if I'm answering your name. Uh, BITS has their own entrance completely. So if engineering is that area that you're looking at, you're writing the BITS examination, which tests you on your physics, chemistry, mathematics, along with your English and logical reasoning. So let's remember, BITS is not just testing you on your physics, chemistry, and math. And if you are interested in BITS law and all, they accept CLAT scores as well, and they have their own entrance as well. So BITS is not coming under CUET. So that's definitely, until now. Maybe in future, if things change, that we might be able to see these institutes as well. So that is something that you can definitely do. Okay. Other than that, okay. There's a question from Kaval. Kindly tell for international relations. Ishita, if we can put a few, just I'm letting you know. See, Kaval, let's understand that when we're talking about international relations, it's a very niche area that you're like, a very specific, specialized area that we are looking at. And maybe at undergrad level, not a lot of colleges will be offering you. Yes, if I'm talking about the new modern age universities like an Ashoka, Kriya, Flame, they definitely will have those options in their majors or minors option. If I'm talking about colleges like an Amity does has an international program out there, and there are other private players as well. But as I said, this is a very specific, specialized area. So if that's an area that intrigues and fascinates you, our recommendation would be explore it more, research it more. That do you really think that going for this program directly after 12th makes sense, or should I be looking at going into this program in my higher education area? Why? Because if you choose it in your undergrad level, and maybe in the next 4 years you start thinking like, maybe this is not the right space for me, you're limiting your options to looking at other options in your higher education. But if you do vice versa, let's say you go for something called like a political science, or if you are someone who is comfortable with mathematics and can study economics as a degree, maybe I can be looking into that. Or there could be other interest areas as well. You choose more wider options for yourself in your undergrad, and then maybe in future, now you feel like I want to get into maybe in future I want to go and work in the UN, I want to go and work in the UNDP, I want to be a diplomat, maybe now I'm studying in international relations. So let's remember, and this is for everybody out there, in my undergrad, if I have even a little bit of doubt that whether this is a course or whether this is a program that will be working for me or not, let's have a look at a program which has a more wider scope, which will have more opportunities for me at my higher education level, and go for that, and then maybe get into very specific niche area in my postgrad, so that I know that yes, I have kept open a lot of opportunities for me. Yuvraj, I see your hand raised from quite some time. If you have a question, Yuvraj, maybe you can put it in the chat box, because we can't like unmute you to speak. So if there's a question, please put it in the chat box. Okay. There's another question from Shweta. That's a very specific question again. Anandita, if you can take that. Okay, you have already answered. Okay. Great. Other questions, Ishika? Any other specific questions that maybe I have missed?
Yeah, I've replied to Shweta. There are a lot of engineering colleges. If you see under CUET, central universities and all, they have few options. But majorly, private universities, I've given you the names. You can check those through CUET. But the kind of universities and institutes you are asking, they have their own entrance examinations.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, people would like to know about does BCom, there was one question, does BCom require general test or not in Delhi University? So
I've already answered that question. They have made two combinations there. So for one, yes, a general test is required, because in that they are asking you to write a language, a math or an applied math paper, and the general test. And then the second, they are saying English, accounting, business studies, and economics. So whichever combination you are choosing. This is another thing that we need to remember, that University of Delhi has made two combinations for certain of the programs. So now let's say there's a student who has taken the first combination, and there's a student who has taken the second combination. The marks will be done based on the probation or appropriate solution there. So it's not like that, okay, somebody who is giving only 3 papers, they are at a disadvantage from the person who is writing 4 papers. Every possible statistical calculation will be done in order to select students and declare, okay, what is your result? And based on that, the seat will be allocated to you. That is something there. Bishal, just to answer your question, are there universities for film industry? Like, I think there are a lot. So you have NSD in Delhi itself, National School of Drama. You have FTTI Pune. If you go to Mumbai, you have Whistling Woods. Let's understand that again, acting, I can pursue it as a degree as well, which will come under the domain of Bachelor's of Performing Arts. Not a lot of colleges will be offering, but that is something there. But most of the time, what we have seen and counsel students, what they do it, they'll take up acting, like maybe they're doing diploma, they're doing certification courses along with another stable or other degree. We are not saying that becoming an actor is an unstable profession, but we need to understand that there's a lot of nitty gritties there, a lot of struggle there in that line. So having a solid, a stable degree always makes more sense there. But then again, it's your choice. If you feel like, no, that's my passion, that's my area, and I've done so much in that area that I don't want to divert, that's your call to take. But our suggestion always to have a very good fallback option, so that if God forbid, but if certain things changes in future, maybe you have another option to look at. Will there be ranking list like NEET? Yes, as I said, they will be putting, like university will be putting out simulated rank, because otherwise how they will decide on like who is getting and everything. So this will depend upon all the universities and the college based on the cutoffs that they give. They will go on to decide which student is getting the. So therefore, I said, let's not stick with only the top colleges and keep my options open. And I'm hoping the students who have completed, we have not just relied on CUET and maybe had applied to certain private colleges as well. Because if by any chance you're not able to make it to that, maybe those colleges can be your safety net out there. So that is something which is there. Sarah, I am not able to understand your question. You have written, I have taken EP. I'm guessing it's entrepreneurship as my fifth subject and not P. How do I prepare for the subject EP? So what's your question? Like, because as I said, like every program has a specific subject requirement that's there. And if there's a certain subject that you have taken, which is not directly there under CUET, they take relatable subjects out there. But I need to understand your question more. So maybe if you can elaborate that, whether which course you're talking about, which colleges that you are looking at, then maybe we'll be able to answer better for that. Okay.
Okay, one question is for architecture. Mostly for architecture, you need to give NATA exam. That is most relevant. And there is another question, Tulika, about Cambridge students. Somebody, Anchal Shah, is asking if she needs to prepare separately for CUET.
Achal, as I said, I know being a Cambridge board student, you must be thinking that, okay, we have a completely different pedagogy when we are talking about the IGCSE or the AS or the A level. Yes, you are absolutely right. But when you go and see the syllabus, like therefore we shared the official website, you just go and check the syllabus out there. It's not like that they are completely teaching in the CBSE board or in the NCRT, they are teaching topics which are not being taught in the Cambridge board. So my best advice to you would be first go and check the syllabus, see which topics are matching to what you're already studying and which are not there. And maybe then you can just have like the CBSE books or download the past papers just to prepare on that. As already mentioned by Ishika, this is not an examination for which you need coaching. I know there are a lot of advertisements, social media, people saying, oh, you need coaching for CUET as well. But trust us, we work with students day in and out. We understand, we have seen papers, we have seen syllabus. You don't. It's what you're studying in your class 11th and 12th. So please go and check, match it with the syllabus in the topics, and based on that, you start. If you think that might need extra help, yes, getting papers, downloading the syllabus, maybe getting that is a better way to do that. Coaching, not our recommendation, but if you still feel that no, I'm from a Cambridge board, I might need that help, then that's your call today. So that's my take on that. So go and check that as well. Maheshwari, what is your question? You said your subjects you have written political science, psychology, economics, applied. For which course you are, because each of the program subjects that you have written have different kind of programs being offered for the colleges. So which is the program that you are looking at? If you can elaborate on that. Prabjeet, Anandita, we won't be sharing a recording, right? Because there's a question that can
Recording will be available on YouTube.
Okay.
So the link will be shared after the session is over. You'll get a mail. Do check that. You will have a link there.
Okay, Maheshwari has written, do you need for political science? So Maheshwari, we are talking about political science under University of Delhi, or we are talking about other colleges as well? Because when we are talking about University of Delhi as well, the top should be your Kirori Mal, it should be Hindu. All of these should be your top colleges, but then again, their cutoffs are also very high. So from a Kamla Nehru to a Gargi, Daulat Ram, Arabhat, Atmaram Sanatundam. So a lot of colleges under Delhi University is there. Delhi College of Art and Commerce. These are also certain there. These are all under the University of Delhi I'm talking about. Other than that, if you're interested in studying political science, you can look at a Mumbai University. So let's say your St. Xavier's is there. You can look at a Mithibai. These also offer you good programs. You can look at a Sapphire College again under Mumbai University. You go to Bangalore, we are talking about a Christ. Pune, you should be looking at a Flame University again, a liberal arts university there. You can also look at an Azim Premji in Bangalore, that's there. Good programs that they are coming up with. All of this. Then if you're someone who has a good profile and all, Ashoka could be a good option for you to take into consideration. So as I said, these are like very specific questions. So if you think that you need those kind of hand holding and help, please reach out to us. You can always reach out to Mindler. We will share our email IDs as well. And maybe we can get on a personalized session and help you better in this way. Because right now I'm just giving you a generic list that, yeah, these could be some of the possible destination. But we also need to know you more to suggest that, okay, which one will work best for you. Ma'am, what about international students? Can we apply in all universities? I don't think so. There's a problem or a rigidity that the international, because every college has a different aspect, like international applicants thing in which all the so if you are non-resident of India and whichever category you come into, you will be applying through that category and seats are reserved. So be it University of Delhi, be it the private institutes, other government, every place has that. So based on the requirement, you need to check that and you are eligible to apply. So it's not like that international students can't apply to India. BTech CSE course, Anandita, your question.
Yeah, Sachin. A lot of top ranking colleges in India. We start with IITs, NITs, triple ITs, GFTIs. They are very, very renowned for computer science engineering. Private domain, you will have VIT, Manipal, SRM, Amrita. Coming through, CUET, because we are talking about CUET here. You can look at Shiv Nadar, Amity, UPS, Chandigarh University. They give a very decent computer science program as well. So do check that.
Yes. So, Kaval, to answer your question, see, their substitute for a certain program can only be based on your interest areas, right? I can't say that, okay, social work or a social sciences degree will be a better substitute for international relations, because this again is very particular. I need to know you that, okay, which are your interest areas going on, and then only I'll be able to recommend. Just because this is a very big name, it's not like though I'm running after the college. Let's understand a very important thing here as well. Let's not run after only the name of the college and pick up any program and course that they are offering, because just because the college has name doesn't mean that the program is meant for you. And that is something that every one of us need to remember, that I need to see which program aligns with me and then choose the college. And it shouldn't be vice versa, that I'm choosing the college first and then koi bhi program usme mil raha hai and I'm selecting that. So let's not do that. Let's understand my personality, the areas I'm interested in, what aligns with my goals, the industries I'm looking at. So let's go backward. And this is something that I would recommend to everyone, since mostly are 12th graders here. Let's go backward here. See and ask yourself, okay, in 10 years, which is the industries you would want to work in? Go and explore those industries. So people who are coming from science background, engineering, computer science, mechanical, civil, don't just stick with computer science. Let's understand that now it's not just computer science that's needed. You need people from other specializations. And so check the industries, see what roles and jobs they are hiring for. Then let's go backward. Okay, this is the job line. Look into the qualifications of the people working there. Then come back, okay, what are the programs that align with them? And then you go on to pick. So let's do that rather than, okay, nahi, mujhe to sirf top college mein dekhna hai, whichever program there. Because again, even if you go and get into that college and you don't enjoy the program, obviously you're not going to be scoring well. And that's a hard truth in front of everyone. We think that we'll be able to manage, but we don't. And hence my grades pull off and I get demotivated to do that. So it's better. I need to know what aligns with me better and accordingly choose the places that will help me work on those skills as well in order to get into those areas. I hope I was able to answer. Registration, CUET registration, if you have not passed, I'm hoping you are a student who is in 12th right now. Usually it happens in the month of February. So like this year also, February end, I think so it started, and it went on till March, that the window to register under CUET was there. The examinations happen in the month of May. It ended in 3rd of June. Today only we got a notification that the results might be declared by tomorrow. So we are hoping that they do, because NTA has put that notification out there. So we have to wait. So usually Feb ends to March, the registration does happen. Exam will happen in May. University of Delhi, as I said, started with the registration few weeks back. So if you are a student who has passed out of 12, still not done it, please do it before tomorrow, so that once the results come out, maybe you can then start working on your preference list. If you are going for, oh my God, there is a very long answer. Achha, Ishika has only put, okay. If there was a question related to aerospace, Shweta has only put it.
Yeah, so Shweta, consider JEE, UCED, NID first option, CUET second option, and there could be a lot of other options. Do reach out to us. We have given our number here. We'll be happy to help you.
Shweta, as mentioned again, these are very specific things that there. If because and we can't share the list for each and every program there, and hence if you think that you need this kind of help, hand holding, we'll be more than happy to. Please reach out here. Okay, is it possible to study sports psychology after completing 12 and will get?
I have answered that, ma'am. I just want to answer one question. There's one student who's constantly asked whether there are similar exams like CUET for commerce students. So please understand that the entrance exam process in the country happens in three divisions. There's a national exam, there are certain state level exams, and then of course there are college level entrances. Depending upon what courses you are applying for, you categorize it, you pick up what is the exam that I need to target at. When I am selecting my entrance exams, 10 entrances does not mean I'm preparing 10 times. Once I'm prepared for one exam for a specific course, I'm also already prepared for any other entrance exam related to that course. So when you tell me that, ma'am, CUET is similar कौन सा exam है, you'll have to specify I'm looking at these courses and I'm looking at these colleges. Help us with entrance exam. That is a more strategic question. Entrance exam similar to CUET, that will not help us to bridge the gap between what your doubt is. So tell us a little more about maybe what exactly are your concerns. So when I look at something like, let's say, Christ University or a Symbiosis or an NMIMS, they conduct college level entrances. They will say we don't accept CUET scores. But then when I look at colleges like Delhi University, they'll say we accept CUET scores. So depending upon what course and college you're applying to, your entrance exam selection will change.
Okay, so there's a question in the Q&A. What is the deadline to fill the preference list after the results are? So the deadline will be declared once the results are out. So right now, even the Delhi University hasn't given us an exact date that when will be the deadline. So that is why we are saying you need to wait for the results to come out. Start with making a preference list as soon as you can. Take your time to do it. Don't rush it, and keep a tap of when they give you the deadline, because everything has to be done before that. If you miss out on that, your college seat will not be reserved. So that is one thing there. Can you tell best backup for commercial pilot? So backup like becoming a pilot only, or we are talking about other career domains? Because if I'm talking about becoming a commercial pilot, there are one, the government route, and another can add more. So we are talking about the DGCA, or we are talking about the private companies. One is the Indigo Cadet program, and then there are individual players as well who have that. So if you're talking about that backup, these are there. And then anything else other than becoming a
No, you have covered that.
and let's remember, commercial pilot, it's not a degree. It's a license that you'll be getting based on the number of hours of training you cover. So please have a degree as well. DGCA will enroll you in an online degree. Indigo will be enrolling you, but maybe the other private players don't. So it's better to have a degree as well, because again, when we talk about certain careers, these are very volatile careers to look at. We are not saying that, yeah, I understand the thrill of becoming a commercial pilot or like the salary package and all, but these are volatile as well. I think we have COVID as an experience that when all airlines were down and the pilots were without jobs and everything. So therefore, having a degree is something which will be beneficial. Physics and maths is a major requirement for you to write those papers. Otherwise, you're not eligible to do that. So please keep that in mind. You need to be good in physics and maths for that as well. I hope that answers your question.
Dharya has put a question in the chat box. He is looking for international relation colleges abroad. I would like to say, Dharya, we cannot say a general word like abroad. We have to narrow down what country, what area, there are a lot of other factors to be considered. So it's a very, very broad question. I would encourage you to, reach out to us. We have a very, very efficient and a very excellent overseas team who can guide you with a general overview of all the application process, countries, which will be a best suit for you.
Yeah. So just to add on to what Anandita said, let's understand that just saying ki this is one area that I'm looking at works for anyway. Even India, everything, we need to figure out which according to your aptitude, your personality, and the places which are suitable. And just to let you know, right now, whatever is going around the world, and if we are people keeping tap of the news, be it in US, Canada, or other places. So again, the geopolitical situation, how the economy is doing, a lot of factors come into picture, and hence it's not possible for us to share like a random list out there. So do reach out. We'll be more than happy to help you guys there in the best possible way, so that you also have getting the best options for yourself. Okay, that's a college. Acha, Mehak, you have answered, right? This sports psychology. Okay, we have done that. Any particular other questions I have missed? I've not seen the earlier questions when I was talking. So, and to all the students who are putting that we need a college list and all, we will be sharing our email IDs. You can reach out to us. But as I said, we just can't share a random list with you. That for that, even you have Google to do that. If you need that, okay, what works for me, which will be the program where I have the higher chances, it's better that we get on a call, sit together, and then go on to decide. Because otherwise, sending a random list is not helping you, and we would not want to give you half information there. So that is something there. Any other question? What about mass communication colleges? You want to know undergrad? So if I'm talking about mass communication, so you have Jamia Millia, you have Delhi University. In Delhi University, you have two options. So you have one in which you will get a BA in mass communication, and you from the Delhi School of Journalism, you have an integrated mass communication. That will be a 5-year program. For Jamia Millia Islamia, let's remember at your undergrad level, you have Hindi journalism only. So if you're someone who is looking at English, Jamia Millia Islamia is not a place for you, but Hindi journalism, yes. Other than that, a lot of private players. Another very best college, St. Xavier's Mumbai, very difficult to get into. They will have their own entrance examination. But they do give weightage to your board marks as well. So 60% weightage to the entrance, 40% weightage to the board marks. So that could be one of the places. I can look at a Christ. I can look at a Symbiosis School of Mass Communication. I can look at even Amity could be maybe on my lower list of that. Okay. I can look at a Bennett University in Delhi. Why I'm saying Bennett? It's a Times Group university that's run. So mass media communication, easy access to all these areas. So we are talking about, we can look at in Mumbai, Whistling Woods International School. Again, lot of colleges. These are some of the top colleges that's there. We can have a more discussion with you based on your city preferences and accordingly make the recommendation. So I hope I answered some of you for that. Yeah.
Ritika has asked whether Delhi is a good place to live and what are the pros and cons for a girl.
Ishika, you will be the better person to answer because you're the one living there.
Ritika, when it comes to selecting a city, there are a lot of factors that you need to consider. Every city will be in headlines for some or the other reason, but you can definitely go ahead and filter down on the basis of what is your comfort. I know Delhi is known for certain headlines in the country, but I have been living in Delhi for the past 7 years, and it has been a pretty comfortable journey as of now. So, with the kind of educational and professional opportunities that this place offers, I would highly recommend for students to consider Delhi as an option.
And just to take from what Ishika left, when we're talking about selecting a city, let's remember you as a person need to see a comfort area. There will be certain people who say, no, I can't be in places like Mumbai, which is so congested and everything. And also, no, everything you need to look at. So people are now avoiding Bangalore, where once Bangalore used to be like a very high area, but because of the traffic and all, people are not talking about that. So there are different components. There will be definitely finances there based on your budget there, that, okay, I will be maybe living at a PG, or maybe I'm looking at a hostel, or no, I want my separate accommodation. So your finances has to be a very important criteria. Yes, people also look in terms of like maybe my relatives are there, so that if something is needed there and my family is maybe in a different city, I have somebody to reach out to. So don't just go by what everybody is saying, that okay, this city is there, maybe it worked for them, but you also need to understand what's working for you. Where is your comfort, how you have led your life till now, what's your lifestyle, what's your comfort areas, and based on that you take the decision. Don't just go by maybe your relatives, or like we always say that India mein free advice bahut अच्छे से मिलता है, बहुत easily मिलता है free advice. So let's not go by that. Look into your areas of comfort and then make the decision out there ki, okay, whether I can be in this place or not. Because again, it's like mostly 4 years you are committing that 4 to 5 years. Then if you start working more than that, so again, it's a very long commitment you are making. So obviously, that's a decision that has to come from you. Okay, what else? What else? There's a one college, international abroad. Why it has been repeated so many times? Yeah. Question. Ma'am will give a mock test for CUET. Absolutely, yes. You should be giving mock test for every examination. It's not just CUET, any national level, JEE, NEET, NID, NIF, law, hotel management. Please, the best way to practice and be prepared for these examinations is writing as many mocks or the past papers. Past papers help you in knowing, okay, what kind of questions are usually asked. So even for CUET and students who are from different boards out there, go and check out the past four. You can go onto the NTA website. So CUET is the official website to check out the syllabus information. If you just go on, type NTA, NTA UG, the first link that will open, go on to that, go on to the downloads, and there every national level examination that's being conducted by the National Testing Agency, you will have their papers there already. Please go and download it and start preparing. You'll get an idea on that, okay, these kind of questions, and accordingly you start preparing for it.
I've shared the link again for NTA as well.
Okay. Commerce and I'm looking at for become. Can you please know when is the best time to prepare and what book should I refer to? Oh, Smita, I think Shika and every one of us have already answered that the sooner you start, the better. See, it again depends upon you as a person, like how well you are able to get maximum answers right and get the good score in the CUT. So if you think that maybe this subject, two of my subject are strong areas, but two other subjects are not, I need to start preparing. So the more time you give to yourself and preparing for that examination, the higher the chances there. And since CUET is just NCRT, even if you prepare from mid-year or maybe let's say कि maybe my midterms ho jaye, pre-boards ho jaye, after that I start preparing. Everything depends on you, how much preparation you need. But yes, I would not recommend students to wait till their boards to get over and start, because let's remember, my boards usually will get over by end of March or maybe first week of April. So if I'm saying that oh CUET to hai, it's just NCRT syllabus, I'm just giving myself 30 days or even less than that because May mein exam start ho jayenge soon. That is not a feasible decision to look at. So maybe I can start preparing from beforehand, and in that after my board examinations, after I'm like completely out, yep, I'm free from school, I'm just now revising it, so I get increase my chances of getting a good score and then getting into the top colleges under CUET. So this is for all examinations, not just CUET. Let's not wait ki after my board gets over, then I start preparing for those examinations. The sooner I start, the better will be the chances there. How much a student should score to go with a political science or as I said, Ritika, we need to wait for the cutoff. So under Delhi University, they asked for 4 subjects. So we are looking out of 7,000 that, 1,000 that we are looking at. If you are looking at the top colleges, I'm sure the cutoff will be somewhere above 825, 850 and above. So again, we'll have to wait and what, because what we are telling you right now is based on the last year's cutoffs that they had put out. Based on that, we are giving, and right now we need to wait because since this year they made certain changes in CUET as well. So based on that, we'll have to see that what cutoffs they are putting. But any top college under Delhi University will be having a very high cutoff there. Okay, I think we have covered mostly. Is there something we have missed? If there is one question, there is a requirement for becoming income tax inspector like a UG program also. See,
I've
when we
answered that, ma'am.
answer, oh, then it's
Yeah.
fine.
There's somebody, Tanisha has asked, what is the best career option for chess players? I understand where this is coming from with all the trends and all the people who are making headlines this year. But please understand, when I'm looking at any career which is non conventional or is skill based, be it related to a sport, be it related to a game, be it related to dancing or singing, understand these are skill based domains. So this cannot be my plan A. While I take this along and keep this as a criteria that I need to constantly work upon this cannot be the only option that I keep for myself. So if you are somebody who's at least kept a national level achievement in grade 12, maybe at that point I have good set of networks and I'm skilled enough to be able to consider that as an avenue. But even then, we highly recommend have a degree as your backup so that you have a safe couch to fall back on, and then simultaneously you're upskilling yourself in that domain. There are a lot of colleges which gives you certain preferences on the basis of your profile, like the modern age universities, and certain colleges like Delhi University also provide you additional quotas on the basis of your profile, on the basis of your extracurriculars. So I can use this there, but I cannot only rely on one skill as a career right after my 12th grade. I need a stable educational qualification. Shabad, what more explanation are we looking at for hotel management? We've shared a few colleges. I would recommend that if you go onto the website and you read about the courses, it will give you a lot of clarity. Picking up each course and then talking about it and then discussing its colleges will make the session a little lengthier than what the timeline is.
I'll quickly answer one question that's in the Q&A. It's from Sri, I hope I'm pronouncing it. So you have asked, like, I want to become an IFS, so that I thought that political science or a social science can help me. See, this is for everyone, and I think when we talk about UPSC, let's understand, first of all, it's not a degree, it's not a course, it's a professional area, career that you are choosing for yourself. When we talk about pursuing a degree, it could be any degree that you, but yes, as I said, UPSC, not an easy examination, one of the toughest examinations is something that you are looking at. So the degree that you need to be choosing for yourself is something that is your safety net or something that you can fall back on. Because yes, you have 6 attempts, but God forbid, but let's say even if you miss out after 6 attempts out there, you have that degree to which you can fall back and think about, okay, now with this, what I can do. Am I going for higher education? I'm going for to work. So it can be any degree. If you are a humanities student, yes, a political science, history, anything works. Because even in the UPSC, you just can't choose that, oh, I want to go for IFS. Everything will depend upon your rank as well. IFS is the top one. We are talking about IFS administrative, then you have IPS, railway, tax, revenue, and every other area. So even I can't even choose that area. So the degree is something that has to be one you enjoy, you love the most, based on that too, so that it's a safety net that you're creating for yourself, that if you are not able to make it into through UPSC, you have other areas to look at. So I just wanted to answer that question. Have we answered other questions? Do we need, or we can?
I think we have covered most. I was just going through all the questions and answers. Whatever is left is related to specific college lists that we have already cleared, that you can reach out to us. We will sit with you, talk with you, understand your requirement, and create and curate a good list for you. So do reach out to us. We have given our connect here.
We can share, maybe we can share that again and with one
Yes,
more
I'm
time.
doing that
And
right
we'll
now.
share our email IDs as well. So if you think that you want to reach out personally, we are sharing our email IDs. You may write to us, and accordingly we'll help you.
Right.
How can I seek for ethical hacking, ma'am? Suggest some institutes, and then it's the last question if you want to take.
Yes, the entry route is through a good program in a computer science engineering that gives you a very solid foundation and a good base. So any college which is good for computer science engineering will be considered a very good college for ethical hacking as well.
No, Pallavi, IPMAT is a completely different examination. So if you're preparing already for it, you would be knowing they're testing you on your English, your logical and analytical, and there are 2 sections for mathematics only precisely. Now, as I said, yes, in CUET, if you are like going for a management program, language, maths, and the general test is all NCRT. General test is the general test in which we're talking about GK and logical and everything, but the math, applied math, and the English language will be NCRT. So maybe you will have to, math also can be covered in that because of that, but language just check with the CBSC, because even, yes, maximum part will be covered, but writing the mock papers will be better for you to understand that, okay, the pattern of the paper, the marking, everything is different for CUET from the IPMAT, and you'll be in a better place there. So just don't go by the confidence that, oh, I'm preparing for IPMAT and it is sufficient for CUET as well.
Tulika, once more you need to answer this. I think we have already covered this point. Can a candidate choose multiple domain specific subjects?
Yes, as I said, every college, even University of Delhi has said, apply to as many courses that you want to. Only limitation for Delhi University is this. Delhi University has had said that if you did not study a certain subject in your 11th and 12th, we will not consider the marks of those subjects even if you wrote it under COT. So that's the only limitation. But even Delhi University is not saying that you can't apply for these programs. If you're eligible, if you fulfill the program specific eligibility and you get the scores, the cutoff scores that they have put it out, you are completely eligible. So you can apply to any number of programs and colleges under CUET that's there. So there's no limitation there. Okay, then we all have shared our email IDs as well.
Yes, we have.
I think we are good to close. Again, the message, we'll share it again. Any queries, please write to us so that we can help you better. Please reach out to us, and We shall be helping you once we get in touch with you. Looking forward to talking and interacting with you people in a more one-on-one basis. Thank you so much today for joining. And thank you, Ishika. Thank you, Anandita. Thank you, Ajay.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great evening ahead.